YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage here, back in Total War Attila. And we're going to be continuing this legendary campaign. We just took over several provinces. It's actually time for me to end the turn. We do need to take care of a few upgrades, and I'm not super concerned about any of these because honestly, when it gets to this point of the upgrades, like there's some integrity and other stuff that helps, but to me the rest of the upgrades unfortunately just feel pretty lacking in terms of what they add. So it's unfortunate. We'll hope for a lot more intricate and in-depth system in Total War Warhammer, which I would think we will probably see, especially since you've got all of that, all of the famous characters and all that other kind of stuff. So I can assign a provincial governor. I'm just going to wait a few more turns still, so I'm not in a terrible hurry. Let's just kind of see what happens in this turn end. I've got a lot of wars going, and there could be more coming. We really need to hope that the Swabians don't decide now is the time to take action against me, because it could get ugly indeed. I don't think they're that stupid, but I've seen the AI do some stupid stuff before. So right now, just some rebels outside of Shall Not Pass, as per normal. Alrighty, gave those guys a good old killing. Now I'm excited, like I said in the last video, man, I'm excited to jump into Warhammer and see something different. Not that I like all of a sudden hate Attila or Rome 2, it's just I've been playing them both for a long time, and I want to see something different. I'm excited for it. And obviously the game has a lot to promise in terms of giving us things that are different. But, you know, that doesn't mean that I won't be playing the historical Total Wars at all. But bear in mind, it does mean when Warhammer comes out, yes, I will be playing a lot of Warhammer. Like, a lot. So, just be aware of it. But again, it doesn't mean I'm abandoning the old stuff. I never have. I still put Shogun 2 videos up on here. I still put Rome 2 videos up on here, even though it's been a little while. Yeah, so, I mean, don't... Wow. The Huns are taking their wrath on me out on the Alamans, who seem to be helpless against the Huns. They're going to bring an agent over to try and irritate the populace at Sirmium. We just need to sweep through most of the Balkans as quick as we can. The Huns are kind of pulling a little bit back out of my sight, but they could be back pretty quickly as well. That was up near Germania there. They've done a lot of raiding and razing and other stuff over there, which means that really my lands are going to be some of the only ones left that they can try and make an income in. Let's see if the Gepids decide to attack me anywhere this turn. I don't think so. All the enemy agents are annoying, though. I need to try and get rid of them so that they don't slow me down. I've got a lot of my own agents around. I need to make sure my priests are spreading the state religion faster. And then, yeah, look at that. The Gepids just taking off into the desolate lands of the north. Like, we're good. See ya. Understand our homeland's threatened, but we're going to go north. That's that climate change, right? It's going to push all the factions south. Sure. Sure it will. How many factions have we seen come south yet and stay south? No. Every time I attack them, they run north. Look at those guys trying to outrun me there. They're going to be a pain in the butt to catch because the AI is just going to avoid me. They won't stand and fight me there. They're just going to run and run and run. Alright, we finally made it through the turn end. Let's check out the hostile agent report, because there was quite a few of them. One of our characters died there at natural causes. May have been another governor. Let's check out Flavius. Can we arrange a marriage? Let's see, that guy's 55, she's 41. That guy's 44. Both these guys are 44. We Thinking about trying to arrange a marriage to this guy, Servius Clarus. No, he's already married. That guy's pretty old. He's pretty old. That guy's only 36. 38. 27. So let's see. Let's find like the best match we can. 55 is too old because they're not going to last much longer. Let's try this. Let's try this guy. No, he's too old. This guy's got a lot better loyalty. He's a little bit young though. I don't know if he's going to like that. We'll try this guy. Maybe it'll make him more loyal if we marry him into the family. Might as well. See what we can get. We've got daughters here that are old enough to be married as well. So might be able to use them to some good effect here. Let's see. This guy really isn't married? How old is he? 41? Life's been unkind to him, I guess. Drusus does not have enough influence to be married, and we're going to have to earn him some because he's a general. We're going to have to get out and do some fighting. Okay. We're good in terms of that. Let's see if we can get rid of... Is this... Yeah, that's that level 10 like Hun agent that's absolutely insane. He is not going to be easy to get rid of. I've got a really high level champion here though. Let's see if we can get lucky. There we go. That got rid of our little Hun issue. Excuse me, had to sneeze. Tried to get far away from the mic. Hopefully I spared you all. Let's try again. There we go. I'll take it. It's not a perfect success, but it was a success. So which province is this? So we have Dalmatia, and that's that desolate settlement, and that desolate settlement, which we do need to settle. But we also need to keep ravaging our way into the Balkans. It's going to be tricky because if our enemies turn around and decide to attack us, that's where I'll be relatively spread thin. Down here, though, I've got 2 fleets to assist me against their army. What kind of army do I have here? Lots of onager. This army would probably be just as well suited to this task. Let's kind of move them up to the border. The Visigoths do not show at war with me, but I'm quite certain that they're untrustworthy. Is this Drusus? It is. I hate that I have to kind of defend all these border cities, but I kind of do until we get them built up to a level of self-sufficiency. Gonna have to keep tearing stuff down here. I've got this garrison quarters, which would help Savaria be pretty much impregnable to most attacks. It wouldn't be all attacks, but to most attacks it would be impregnable. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that up there, upgrade the farm, and then we'll take care of all the stuff there in the city. And since I think food should be relatively plentiful in this province because it's fairly it's fairly fertile. Let's see, we've got this all cav army. I don't know if this is the best army to be settling provinces with, but I don't need it for anything else at the moment, so I kind of think I'm going to... I need to hit these desolate.
We hunger for battle. Commander?
Okay, so we have settled. Let's go ahead and fix that. Let's see, what do I have here? Vineyard, amphitheater, military jetties. I don't need a skirmisher range because I'm fairly close to Italy. I'm going to actually put an aqueduct in there. And then in terms of another building over here, let's let's put a aqueduct there. Forum, circus. I'm thinking about putting a religious building in here, so it'll keep the public order in very good shape.
We hunger for battle.
I don't see any enemies like just right here on my doorstep. What I'm gonna do is actually leave a spy right here just to the north of my lands just to scout out. And I'm gonna leave one more just kind of like right here just to keep an eye on things. And then maybe push one more kind of out here. That way I just have a good eye on my borders and I can make movements with some of the rest of these. So I do want one priest in Pannonia. I've got this priest in Dalmatia. So I'm going to need another one in Dardania. So let's go ahead and take the priest that isn't deployed on down into Dardania. And we will deploy him when we get a chance. He's relatively new on the job here, it looks like. Maybe if we do an agent action with him, we can help level him up. Let's see. This army is ready to go ahead and take care of business up here, though. And we might as well. I think we've got another army garrisoned in Pannonia, so we should be able to keep the public order up. If not, we've got a lot of armies nearby to put down rebellion. Yeah, public order is great there, so we don't have to worry. And this allows me to go ahead and get down here and start. I'm going to go ahead and just convert that over to the town. That actually would probably be a good idea to just repair. A lime maker I do not need. Chieftain's hold I definitely do not need. I have to repair that before I can convert it, I think. There's more lead over here too, which could be helpful. On the next turn, I'll go ahead and take Derhykium, or however you say that. Yeah, I can't pretend to even pronounce it right at the moment. But we will go ahead and take it, and I want to try and put a fairly swift end to the factions over here. May have to betray the Visigoths as well. Wonder if the Swabians are still too stupid to re-ally with me. Let's just see what we can get out of them.
Good and noble friend.
We have a trade agreement and military access.
So that the spirits can hear your words.
Payments, break trade agreement, non-aggression pact. Not even interested in that. That is the weirdest thing. They're at war with pretty much the same people I am, but they just don't want anything to do with me all of a sudden. My relations with them are improving, though, so I'm just going to let it flow. I don't think they're going to declare war on me. Let's see if the Varenians...
Sit and let your words move me to anger or agreement.
Yeah, why would they want to trade with me? I mean, I have all these goods. They don't. So, of course, there's a low chance of them wanting to trade with me. It makes sense. This is still something that just absolutely mind-boggling to me. The AI refuses what would be an absolutely necessary arrangement for their survival. I was pretty sure that I had subjugated these guys too, the Varenians. But it looks like they have broken loose from me as well and will probably need to be reconquered. Preferably destroyed. I'm going to try and hunt these guys down, though I am going to take some attrition for it. There we go. These guys can still somehow move past me. Like, the zone of control apparently just does not work whenever you're trying to use fleets to block movements. Yeah, the Geats have a small fleet up here, but I'm not worried about them. I mean, my garrisons are going to be pretty potent up here in Britannia, so I really do not fear any reprisal that they could send upon me at the moment. So, really not concerned. Let's see, how close are we to finishing the Triumphal Arch in honor of Sextus? 2 turns away from honoring Sextus with his Monument of Triumph. I like it. Well, we're kind of short on food up there in that settlement. And we are huge on public order. So I'm thinking about switching this capital over to a different chain. Well, no, I've already got a food emporium there, so there wouldn't be any reason to switch it to that. This thing does eat 50 food, though. What else can we make in this chain? A wine emporium. Wine emporium doesn't eat any food and just gives us more money. Like more money than the capital, and we don't need the public order. This is plus 13, so if you took that away, I'd still be way in the positive. Yeah, I think I'm going to tear this down and swap it over to something that makes me a little more money up there. I don't think that there's probably a whole lot else for me to do on this turn. I'm 5 turns away from finishing some of the research that I'm working on. We've got pretty good visibility out on all the different stuff that I need. Is there any reason? We might as well go ahead and upgrade the Great Press here. I don't need the military jetty. I'm going to swap it over to a fishing jetty. Okay, got them deployed. Got my priest forward deployed. Yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. I can't do anything else in this province at the moment. I'm just waiting on growth to help build it up. Do any of these help growth? Food. Unfortunately, no. That's kind of irritating. Alright, well, let's go ahead and end the turn. Got some generals to upgrade as usual. Veteran to upgrade. Can we sabotage walls? Let's go ahead and open up that capability. I never have had to use it yet, but I don't see why it would be a bad thing to have. I don't know how much you all can hear the music in the background, but it really does sound pretty cool. That's something I'll save for Attila. Let's do hostile agent chance. Campaign spotting, I guess. Command aura plus 5%. Integrity.
Commander.
Equestrian Legion has gained traits. Alright, let's get things started. I'm thinking about putting a governor down in... Oh, I forgot to move that army. Well, they're at Caesarea, so we'll have to move forward. Get ready to finish off the Maurians. As long as the Swabians stay friendly to me for the time being, it's not going to hurt anything because this is allowing me to consolidate other enemies. If the AI was truly intelligent, they would recognize that my power is far too great to take for granted, and they would band up against me in a time of weakness like this. Weakness meaning that I am spread as thin as I've ever been, trying to defend a bunch of different territory while I build it up. So that would be the ideal time for them to act. Let's see what the Huns do. The only army I would be worried about defending a settlement against the Huns would be the Cav army. It would not be suited to such things. Attila there is moved toward Tulliferdum, so he's way off up there. I'm sure you have, since you don't have any. So Attila is up towards Britannia. That's an interesting place for him. I wonder if he would actually try to make it to Britannia. Interesting. May send my navy that way. One of them. I've got 2 there that both aren't necessary to stay in that vicinity. Okay, the Maurians... Don't know where they're headed to, but I gotta get my army down that way. I'm not particularly worried about their transports. Like, generally any place they attack me, I should have a pretty sturdy defense, because anywhere they would attack has been fairly well built up. I'm going to keep using my champions to try and assassinate enemy agents in that vicinity. I wish you would stay there and attack me so I could kill you. But I know they won't. And the East Romans look like their little triumph there is now falling apart. I'm tempted to just give them a big hunk of money and see if they can do anything with it. Just since I have it. Attrition. Calvis, let's give the blessing. Balance of power. Take her hand. Okay. So that got us, yeah, it got us married off in some of these scenarios, so that's good. So keeping the family tree alive. Just going to keep this army marching over here, and we're going to hit the Maurians. They won't be able to hide forever. Let's go ahead and do these upgrades while we're here. Versus Roman troops, not going to do me much good. Pick that up, and the ability to boost public order. Let's head back over here and see what we can capture on this turn. Sirmium continues to need me to get rid of the useless buildings here. Go ahead and put in the religious building there to start boosting public order. And let's see. No sign of my foes. This fleet is one turn away from completion.
It is an honor to serve Rome.
I am going to lay a blockade here.
None shall pass.
And I'm going to bring this fleet right up where it can reinforce. And then I've got this army here that can attack. And let's see what we're up against here. So I've got Elite Palatina in this army. I do have crossbows. I've got a couple of mercenary Celtic onager. They have some Legio Comitatenses. This is going to be their best sword infantry. Tons of spear spam. And a little bit of navy, but I've got 2 reinforcing navies that come with lots of elite marines. This should be an easy battle for me to win on the battle map between my onager ships, my elite marines. I mean, we ought to be able to pretty much lay waste to this settlement and its defenders. So I suggest we do so. All right. Alright, here we go. Let's get set up. They do have a tower there. There's 2 entrances. There's the town center. Let's set up one onager right here to take out that tower. Where's the range? There we go. And let's set up another onager over here to take out this tower. I'm going to put some Legio Comitatenses here. I'm going to put a couple more Elite Palatina back over here. I'm going to kind of just intersperse a couple of cavalry units here and there in case I need some mobility in any particular sector. Put a few Ballistari around each particular spot, again, just so that we have groups that can be useful. Go ahead and switch these guys to Flaming Shot. Okay.
Reinforcing troops, and not a moment too soon.
Okay, I've got my navy coming on. Woo! My general just got killed
An entire unit has perished.
because he came on right in front of a bunch of onager ships. That was pretty cheap, to be honest.
A fire has broken out on one of our ships.
Their onager ships are getting some really nice reload, and they're paddling backwards, which I didn't even know was possible. Yeah, look at... their ships are paddling backwards. Does anybody know how to do that, controls-wise? I've never seen such a thing. Please explain. Okay, I'm going to keep pushing forward. My own onager ship just came onto the battlefield, so the enemy onager ship are going to be in trouble here. I like how their ship just caught up to me there, though. That was pretty nice. Take over that archer ship. Let's ram there. I'm being attacked out here. I need to get rid of this Legio Comitatenses. So I'm going to clear up the path. Don't fire on top of my own general, please. Let's go lend a hand over there with my Palatina. Okay, I'm going to go check out the naval situation again. The enemy onager ships, because they can back up right in front of me, are going to be causing a pretty absurd amount of damage. I'm getting some good hits on them, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. I'm going to bring this ship out here. My onager ship's getting boarded, but I've got a ton of stuff coming over here, and I need to be microing over here in the land fight more importantly. Okay, I'm going to attack those guys real quick. Just need to be able to protect myself out here. They have spears that were coming on as reinforcements, but not highly concerned about it at the moment. Let's run those guys down real quick. There is a lot of fighting going on right now. I want all my artillery ships back here, please. Marine ships push forward. Okay, let's take care of that. Look at them. They can just start backing up at like full speed. I've never seen such a thing.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Do my best to keep pushing that. We're about to get attacked over here. I'm actually going to go ahead and take out that tower over here. I'm going to bring these infantry around. Let's go into... Still got a good defensive position here. Alright, wow, this battle is turning into quite the micromanagement challenge. We've lost quite a few fleet vessels due to the enemy onager ships, but we are going to overwhelm them. Okay, my Legio Comitatenses getting attacked. I'm gonna move these Maori and Equites out here a little bit. Let's pull this Comes. I'm gonna fall into the back of these troops. Let's send one of these troops behind and one in front. Got my Gallic Equites here. I'm going to pull these guys back over to the flank to give a little supporting fire. And out here in the fleet fight, we should be about to sink this last remaining enemy artillery ship, and then we can get set up for an assault on the city. Get my Comes in here. Actually, I'm going to use this Elite Palatina to intercept that spear unit. Yeah, we're going to end up just completely mopping up the enemy in this situation. So that's perfect. I've kind of just been letting my crossbows fire here. I'm going to actually cease fire for a minute. My Elite Palatina should crush those Comitatensis spears. Okay, we've mopped up the naval fight. Start getting all my ships rearranged. This is a lot of work to micromanage. I like the settlement on fire. What's wrong with that? Okay, I'm gonna kind of turtle up a little bit. There's quite a few enemy troops threatening my current position. I'm going to go ahead and target that blob with my onager. That's good. I like the enemy tower being no more than wreckage. This cavalry needs to retreat. Just stay alive. The enemy is lasting a lot longer in this fight over here than they really should. And we've got a pretty good sized fight on our hands over here. I'm going to take all these elite marines and come land them and take over the city center. I'm going to transfer an elite Palatina over here, pepper those guys in the flank. Should be causing some pretty good damage there. I'm going to swing this unit around to support. I could use this heavy cavalry over here, as well as these two lighter cav. Let's bring these two units over as well. So I've got some support here. Let's get into the back of that fight. Get my onager to keep taking that out. Okay. Let's put a rear charge in here. And let's see. I had two light cav units. You go mop up the archers. You run a rear charge right there. I'm going to let this unit continue to run off the archers. I don't know what the enemy general's doing over here, but he's just sitting here taking it from my onager. My elite ballistari actually do have a decent sword to get into melee with, and there we go. My general has helped crushed. My elite Palatina are going to be very good in these fights because you're talking a lot of relatively low attack infantry that's going to be very susceptible to their quite high attack. I'm going to go storm the town center. We'll have to go retrain some of the lost units here, but shouldn't be the end of the world. I'm going to chase some of these guys down. The elite ballistari. Take my cavalry and run these guys down too. Let's get into that other archer unit. My onager ran out of ammo over here. We may draw the attention of this blob. Yes, they are. Man, I have been like all over the battlefield here, and though I've had quite a few mistakes, felt like that I've done a lot worse in these battles before. Oh boy, my guys are about to get hammered. What is that? Germanic warband? Yeah, I'm gonna get hammered right here. I'm just going to be a nuisance over here for a minute. Switch over to flaming shot. See if we can take out a few of those cavalrymen real quick. Yeah, that ought to help get rid of them fairly quick. There we go. We broke them up. I'm going to actually just charge these Comitatensis spears. Wow, that Comez just plowed right into me. They've lost the capture point. A little bit of flaming shot here ought to get rid of their general pretty quick. One volley should be sufficient so we don't kill any more of my men than necessary. So wow, that was quite the battle there. Battle on multiple fronts, and the AI actually sallied out against me. Had to be destroyed. Look at my artillery ships firing at routing units over here. These poor unlucky saps. They can't even flee in peace. All right. I didn't lose any land units. The retraining of naval units would probably not be a big deal because there's not any other navies around here to particularly threaten me. Yeah, those elite Palatina did great in that fight against other Roman infantry because the other Roman infantry does not have a high charge bonus. And that high charge bonus just gets multiplied with the legendary difficulty. And that's what'll get your guys killed in a big, big hurry. Especially since they don't carry the same hit points. So I lost all 4 ramming ships. Several ships here in that fleet. And then lost my general here. I don't think the general was anyone important, but we killed every single enemy stack there. And we're able to occupy the settlement. That guy has no loyalty whatsoever, so he's useless to me. And then we've got another fleet here, so I guess this guy. There it goes, saving the game for us. There is actually still a fleet here that didn't do any reinforcing. And it may attack me on the next turn, I suppose. But with all my guys together, I don't think it's going to be capable of doing the damage that it would need to be. I don't need the military. Well, actually, the military wharf would be handy because I could just retrain right here on the next turn rather than moving back. I'm going to repair the olive orchards. And this technically is going to need to be farm. Let's see. I've got this army here that is in good shape. I've got this priest that I'm wanting to deploy in Dardania, but let's move forward just a little bit. Use him as a spy. I can't deploy him now, but that's because he's in enemy territory that I can't deploy him. He can deploy in friendly territory at the moment. We can go ahead and convert that. I'm going to build that up. I'm going to tear down the clay pit, tear that down. And let's go ahead and take Serdica. I want to keep the push going here. with all of the siege equipment and stuff I have here, this ought to be a pretty straightforward victory. And I can go ahead and occupy. It didn't allow me to take on their warriors, which is a bit irritating. So that's what I would have preferred to do. If I get counterattacked on this, it'd be kind of crappy, but let's see what's around so we know what the threat of that is. Not very high, it doesn't look like. I can go ahead and deploy here and start spreading influence. Let's repair the town center so it can be rebuilt. I'm going to repair the auditorium. The sacred shrine. Sanitation, food consumption. Let's repair that. I think that's going to be handy. Skirmisher barracks and an armory. I just don't know that I need a bunch of recruitment facilities over here. I don't think that I will. I mean, I could. The governor's house could be handy too. Let's repair that. That skirmisher barracks. I mean, skirmisher's probably not what I need. I'm going to knock that down a level, and then I'll think about what to do with it. So we've gained Serdica and Derhakium, or however you say that. And then we should be able to... My guys have taken some nasty attrition out here to catch these separatists. And they're going to take more attrition before it's all said and done. It's just a little frostbite, men. Don't be scared. It's not the worst that that Patchy could do to you. I'm going to take those separatist dirtbags out. And then I'm going to move back on over into the city there that, once again, I couldn't pronounce to save my life. These guys have sieged me once again down here, which is screwing up all of my build times. Very much unappreciated. Let's go ahead and drop the forum in. Let's repair all my stuff down here. And now we just have to go catch that other rebel stack. Attila was moving towards Londinium. I don't know that he would make that move, but I'm going to go ahead and move a navy back that way just in case, and I'll keep one of my fleets over here. And I'm going to take care of the Varenians again when given the opportunity, because I don't trust these guys. Who's these guys out here? The Rugians. All of these folks are pretty untrustworthy. But yeah, that's going to be all for this episode, so good progress. Again, several more territories under our control. No immediate threat from the Huns. We do know that Attila is out there. He's right up here in Germania. So let's see. Make sure. Yeah, I mean, he's still definitely alive. He's only age 36. I have very good relations with him, though. It's deteriorating to minus 500 and something. So that means I'm treating him appropriately. With appropriate disdain, that is. Okay, so this army's already moved. Yeah, so I think that we're ready to do another turn in. HeirofCarthage signing out, and I will see you when we get to that turn in.